The brief for the project was to optimise the connection of this house and how you could live in this house with the harbour. It's a beautiful site, it's right on Point Chev Beach, and to make that connection with something that's it's a special site. You know, not many people get to live where they're right on the edge of a harbour, surrounded by putakawas, palm trees, and look out at what northwest sun gleaming across a harbour. It's we had to optimise that, and that was clearly a central focus in the brief. The other element of the brief that was to challenge Ross. It was really unusual to have a client who put forward the ideal of make it really hard for me. I want to be stretched. I want to find myself learning as I go through this project. And because Ross, the client, was also the builder, and Max obviously as well, it was an opportunity for him to see how far he could push the extent of how you use concrete in an in situ format.
Well, we wanted a house that basically we didn't have to touch. You know, we can do a little bit of maintenance here and there, but you know, I wanted a pretty low maintenance house. You know, so the idea was to keep the outsides, you know, very little cedar on the outside that needed staining every couple of years and things like this. Just have it the concrete, you know, and the cedar inside, and I think it's worked really well. And then we've, you know, the high forms we've got on the outside, David and Matt decided would use a different type of board in that area to emphasise the height of those, and that's something which I think's worked really well.
Concrete in itself is a beautiful material, but by itself it can be a bit overpowering. So I think it really needs to be harmonised, and cedar is such a beautiful, rich material to use with it. It adds a lovely layer of softness and ambience. So. Yeah, we wanted to use it and use it in broad zones, ceilings in the main living area, wrapping up into the atrium, right up to the skylight and through the stairwell.
We work with Peter Fell a hell of a lot actually. We're doing a huge job in Indonesia where they're supplying container loads of oxide to us. So Michael and that out there and Peter himself have been a huge help to us over the years. You know, again, it's another supplier who, whenever we have a problem, you know, or we have questions, it's like, you know, immediately you get answers. You know, they're really good, and if they don't have the answer, they'll do testing or they'll find it. You know, so yeah, we use them solely for our colour, that's for sure. Through the houses I've already built, we sort of had a lot of ideas on the stone we wanted to use, and you know, the cedar and the colour and all this sort of thing, and right down to the handrails around the stairs. So we had a lot of ideas that we sort of tossed around with the architects, and my wife Maxine obviously had a big part of that. So, you know, by having, you know, looked after all these magnificent projects we'd done before, we're able to sort of pull a lot of resources and sort of say, you know, well, this would look good here. And David and Matt were excellent. They were pretty much in agreement of everything we did. So, and I think we got the really good result. You know, we've got a really warm house with, you know, it's a lot of concrete in it, but there's not too much, you know, and you know, it's got that sort of juxtaposition that works quite well, I think. So, and then we've got a home that's, you know, bulletproof. You know, we've had some pretty serious storms coming right off from the northwest here, and palm tree leaves flying against the house and things, and it's just, you just lay in bed and go, oh, it's all right, you know.
I think the key truth of this project is the astonishing effort of Ross to get through it and build it. It was a challenging experience for him. He wanted the challenge. He sure as hell got it. He got it on a bigger scale than he probably certainly could have imagined. And I know he's incredibly proud of it, of what he's achieved. I know Max has supported him all the way through. So for Ross, Max and the family, it's a huge achievement, and one that there's never been anything like it in New Zealand before. And I know Ross is pushing the boundaries even further for other people since this, and developing these ideas further. So congratulations.